back now with IEM Oakland. The fact that they've been so long without a trophy as well. And we are going to get into the game, as you can see. It's NIP versus North. We're going to get the right one brought up for you in just a moment. But big implications, at least for North.
Yes, indeed. Should get it switched back. So some of you guys are seeing the same that we are. Just going to give you a bit of an update about what's actually happening in the NIP game so we don't dual broadcast the games.
And at the moment, it is Get Right waiting towards the inner bomb site. Or you know what? You know what we should do? If we're gonna see this Astralis vs G2 game, should we just roll with that for the moment?
I guess we could for the time.
To not confuse everyone.
Yeah, so we'll do that, and then as soon as we swap back into the NIP game, it should be any second now, but we'll be good to go. Obviously, this game looking a little bit like a rough start for G2, and it's been a rough tournament for them anyway.
Yes.
Being forced back out of the bomb site with bomb actually still in there. That's a quick round win here for Astralis, who are top of the field right now.
Yes, they are vying for that. I mean, they're in the prime position. I think they have the most points. I think they're up at 7. That would put North at 6. I believe FaZe was at 4, and then SK's at 5, something along those lines. So it's actually just like such a close battle as you come down to it. Astralis with Dennis playing, obviously, the stand-in doing well.
So maybe we are in the right game after all. We'll see how that works out. Astralis winning the first round here, and a bit of a spray coming in. Kiebu picking up one big kill, taking down Shox, and he's going to be dropped right afterwards. Apex stealing that rifle, so at least they can work with that, and he actually has armor, so Astralis got to be a bit careful.
Yes, I mean, this is going to be a situation where G2 is basically just looking to take as many guns away as humanly possible. A boost up coming in, trying to peer in towards the door. Can do some damage. And you're seeing G2 kind of work their way over towards this B bomb site.
Dennis trying to fall back just a tiny bit there, putting a couple of shots through the panel. Glaive now covering the monster tunnel. Grenade not going to do anything to him. That pop flash neither. That's a bit of a mess up there. Sip looking to see if he could find any kind of an entrance in. That grenade not really going to touch him. No follow-up behind it either. Though Dupree did get a kill on MBK, so shot coming through as Glaive goes down. That's one hell of an opening for Body, who takes down Sip as well. Somehow, that P250 ringing true for him. Dennis holding on the site with a double kill, leaving Apex 1 versus 3 as Dennis closes it out here. Astralis barely holding on to the round.
Yeah, and that's good for them. Up 2-0 now. It'll be interesting to see. I always thought this new G2 lineup, I always thought that they had like a pretty interesting overpass. They looked like a team that was really going to get it under control when this kind of super team formed. I remember watching them at Starladder earlier in the year with some very cool ideas of aggression. Obviously, a lot of this is going to come down, especially on the CT side, what kind of a game is Kenny going to have with that AWP, because he can control everything.
Apex dodging the grenade, charging right through to take down Kirby. That's a strong start, and if he had more bullets, maybe he could have got rid of Dupree as well, who instead is going to try and fall back towards the restrooms here. Glaive wants to follow up the aggression on the other side, try and see if he could do a bit. There's MBK going down. So, important refrag there. Losing Kirby early on, but getting it back on track here for Astralis. Winning the pistol, obviously they're going to want these rounds without losing too much, as they definitely did in the last round. Apex going down, Dupree, he's got the lineup, but great refrag comes in. Body landing the shots, and that's another double kill for him.
Yeah, and this would actually be huge. Dennis is going to come in as the smoke fades, and I think this is just going to be unfortunate. It is. Body gets taken down, so another win for Astralis, but it's close. That one's actually very, very costly for the Astralis side. They lose 4 players.
AWP back in the hands of Dupree. And as we saw last time, the last round, when they played overpass here against North, definitely Dupree was able to land some good shots with the AWP, but one of the really big issues that North were having on the T side was that aggression from Dennis. He was just all over the place, and G2 unable to buy here, even the 4th round.
And here's the other thing that's interesting about this format is that G2 obviously can't know that. They've got no time to kind of figure out exactly what Astralis was doing, so that's aggression that can work out very well, and you can see on the mini-map as well, 2 players already pushed through towards T-spawn. They're in playground, they're at party, they've got complete control of that half of the map, so things have shrunk here for G2 on the T side on the offense.
Glaive waiting for the smoke to disappear before he goes to check. Kirby taking down, Body Shocks is next in line, and G2 not really making this push work. They have the pistols and the armor. The CSAT 75. They've done so much damage in the last couple of rounds, G2. They felt like they maybe could do it again. A headshot, but not the kill. NBK going down, Kirby holding tight on the bomb site. 4 in a row here for Astralis.
Yes, and this is going to be a big round, and I think G2, they have the money to invest if they want to. We know they like to flirt the line of what's reasonable in terms of some of their force buys, so they're going to pick up the AKs, but this was Glaive being completely blind and just recovering nicely to get a double kill. Obviously, Zipnik's helping him out at that B bomb site has been phenomenal today.
This time, a very common spread here coming out from G2. Kind of what we've been seeing so far today on Overpass. Just a singular guy outside of B and a bit of control over towards the playground, although that's a very aggressive push from Kirby. He's flashed in to check the corner, and somehow NBK's on the other side of the wall, so now that's some information for G2 to work with. They know that there was a double stack there and that they tried to peek in. Can they collapse here and shut them down here towards the connector? Dennis is hiding in the corner. Shocks, oh, he's not going to peek him all the way. And that's a big mistake. That's a kill coming through. Kirby turning around. Kenny has the bomb, and he's going to lose it again. Can't pick up the second headshot. So still a 3-on-3.
Yeah, and here comes Apex leading the way. The bomb is actually dropped, so they're going to get into the bomb site and realize no one has the bomb. So big miscue from G2 is they have the ground, they have the bomb site, but they can't actually find any success off it. It's going to be delayed. That's going to buy time for the rotation. So G2 actually might want to back away from this and kind of readdress the plan because they've lost the timing, but Body's going to get a kill anyways, and that's going to help out massively.
Glaive not exactly waiting for his teammates there. Seemed like he was a bit early in the bomb site. Still no part has happened, NS. We're at 35 seconds. You've got to be careful right now if you're on the G2 side. They will be able to put it down safely. No one able to stop that this time around. But they feel like they have Body isolated on that truck. Dupree on one side, Sip on the other, and that's going to land a headshot. Can't quite see NBK, but the AWP rings true. Headshot comes through. NBK with a strong kill there. And Sip trying to see if he could bring it back. They're both low on health right now. AK versus M4. And falling all the way back, NBK wants this long distance battle. It's going to be one tap. He needs to hit the shot perfectly. And now he's almost out of time. He's holding down the defuse, still following through. A couple of seconds left, and NBK, he's going to be able to do it. That was very scary for a moment.
That got worrisome, didn't it, when he doesn't get that kill immediately, but great job by G2 recovering in such a difficult situation, leaving the bomb back, but still finding some great shots to get the entries into the site. It's going to be the first round from G2, but even it just come down to NBK, so they're going to be a little bit low on money, which is scary. They can get reset here on the T side so early on, and it's brutal. The nice thing for them is Astralis, you could see Dennis and Glaive missing some money, so they might choose to play this conservative and not go for an investment. And as I say that, of course, KRB buying up the M4. So it is going to be purchased from Astralis. They don't want to end things here.
It's always a risk when you do it like this because you can get into this weird pattern, especially on the CT side where you feel like it was kind of worth it, but then if you don't win the round, you're back to maybe even a double eco, and it can just spiral out of control really quickly. So I would say a sizable risk here for Astralis, maybe not one that they needed to take, but it's obviously based on the fact that they know G2 don't have that much money, and they're right.
Well, see how it goes. There's going to be some pressure, it's just kind of this boost again. We're seeing the triple stack, and right over the top, another kill is yielded. Astralis did this in the last game. Kirby found one and gave it up. He's done the same thing here, but Kenny has taken the same gamble, knowing the number situation, knows he has room. Bit of a TK coming out, but so far it's worked out all right for G2 as they're now powering their way in.
Don't want to be shooting at your teammates. Kenny goes down. Dupree up on the high ground. But that's a great smoke long distance. He's jumping out. He does not get caught, although it was close. And there's the headshot. A Galil from Body to take him down. Kirby with no backup either. And it's all on Dennis. The stand-in here charging through. And if he could have got that kill right away, there was a chance. But NBK We'll close out the round. A big round here for G2.
Yeah, if that's a clean kill for Dennis, he actually doubles up on the planner, and the third player is so far away with very low HP. That would have been great. And this turns, it was the last map that we actually casted, Anders. It was Astralis versus North, where that boost comes out, and we saw AZ try and take advantage of it through Monster. He got shut down, but now we see G2 does the same exact thing. Kenny S knows the numbers, knows it's a 3-person stack, takes the gamble, and it actually pays off for him. So nicely done from G2, and Kenny's got the op now. Back onto just pistols for Astralis. Shox is going to go investigating, and he's going to get an easy first kill. I think Glaive was expecting to have some kind of information from his teammates before that came out.
Long range with the MAC-10. I swear it doesn't work like that when I try and use it, but...
You could probably say that about a lot of guns, though, Anders.
Yeah, it's very true, in fact. I'm not sure what the common cause is, but certainly a lot of the guns just don't work very well. I don't know what it is.
I feel the same way with the Deagle. My Deagle has worked across no version of Counter-Strike except for Source. But Source Deagles were absurd, weren't they?
Yeah, I was going to say, which is not even real Counter-Strike.
No, it's not. It's atrocious.
Yeah, and Dennis. The last two left here. Trying to see if they could do some more damage. Apex shutting it down, and Dennis all the way on the other side. So that risk for Astralis now, it's starting to catch up to them, and G2 are as well.
Yeah, that risk has not gone the way they wanted it to, so it hurts a little bit. They have to sit a couple rounds out. Now they're going to be back with the M4s. Don't have an AWP just yet. Pretty light on utility, all things considered, and this is where you kind of look towards someone like Kenny S and say maybe this is where he starts to take over the game. He's at 3-6 at the moment, but with that AWP, he's got no one really to challenge him, and especially if it gets to later stages of the round when Astralis, they're out of smokes, out of flashbangs, and they need to find some information. If we get to that point, that's where Kenny can really shine. Here's the aggression again. They've loved this. It's been so successful. Dennis with the first, traded off, and KRB out towards long hasn't been able to pounce just yet.
Dupree with a great couple of kills there, making it a double as Kenny was trying to wrap around him. That's not the way you want to get started. Body, he could maybe open up this B bomb site, but that still is going to be a bit of an issue because on the way on the other side is NBK, and now he's alone.
Yeah, 1 versus 3, going to pick up the bomb. He's got over a minute remaining, but such a difficult task to do. Dupree has got the AWP as well, and the rotation is in. They have B covered. They have information from far away in a safe situation. NBK not being quiet. He sees the jumping of Glaive. There's a good kill. He is dinked, and that pretty much ends it. Nade from Zipnix to catch him. It's a 5th for Astralis.
Wasn't going to give him a fair chance there, was he?
No.
Could have been a manly fight, but instead the grenade cancels it. 5-3. So as far as Astralis go, even though they did lose 3 members in that round, they're going to start to build something here, and might even be given a bit of a chance to, well, not quite yet, but they're close to breaking G2's economy, I think.
Yes.
A couple of players that are really stacked there with the money, but...
Yeah, I mean, that's something that you're obviously... The big thing, too, is not just breaking the economy, but keeping it low enough to where G2 doesn't see the positives of investing in the AWP, right? That's the big thing, is keep the AWP away from Kenny as much as humanly possible. I think this time it's going to get... No, he's going to go for the AK. So it looks like Body had the money to drop over an AWP if he had wanted to, but he chooses not to. So perhaps a fast tactic from G2. Perhaps that's what they're looking for, or playing the long game with the economy.
5-3 the scoreline. Astralis already top of the field here during the round robin group stage, and if they win this game too, I mean, then that's pretty much settled, isn't it? Not a lot can prevent them from going to the finals. Dupree falling all the way back. Big investment with that AWP, and he's going to pick up the first kill, but that's a nice return. Apex right there to avenge Shox.
Good kill from KRB coming up the stairs as well. Astralis still holding on to the advantage here, 4-on-3, and actually they keep, seems like they want to pressure this fight. They're kind of stuck. They're getting closed in upon from above. Dennis looking for NBK, and the timing's not with him. He almost recovers in time, but it doesn't happen. Down into that 3 versus 3, and G2 has got control of stairs. They've taken control of the middle part of the map, so they can shuffle freely between the A and the B bomb site. Now it just comes down to the reads.
Still plenty of time here for either team to make a move, although right now for Astralis, it's kind of a hard calculation to make. Where do you want to stack that second player? You can have 2 in A or 2 in B, and those are pretty much the choices. Seems like they've got the right idea right now.
Yeah, it is. I mean, at a certain point, you just kind of have to gamble. It's almost like you want to have one bomb site where someone takes a risk so you can get the information. And that said, this is where Kenny can shine with the AWP, because now Astralis, they'll want to figure it out. Shot rings out, just an attempted spam through the bomb boxes. There's the bomb pressuring towards long. NBK with an opening kill. KRB stuck in the corner. He can go nowhere, waiting for the smoke and the flash. Perfect patience from G2. They're gonna get the bomb planted in a 1-on-3, and Xyp9x can do nothing.
Yeah, really, really smart peek coming in there from Body when he peeks that corner. If he peeks it close, then his teammate that's over at long, if he tried to peek it at the same time, they would be sort of lined up.
Yeah.
But the fact that Body essentially over peeks the corner means that it doesn't, even the flashbang was great, but even if not, there would have been no chance there for Astralis to hold on to the round. So just a little detail, but always worth pointing out. 5-4 now as G2 bring it right back here. And that's going to put Astralis deep in the hole here. Scout, Deagle. All right.
Why not? Deadly combination. The Deagle at times almost feels like it's a small scout, doesn't it? Like a pocket scout.
It's getting really close, isn't it? Especially at this level of play. Well, Blade with the CSAT 75 going to pick up one. NBK wants to take the fight. That's always a bit risky. Kenny's picked up that AWP, and every time we see that, we know it's always potential for something big. Kirby with a headshot taking down one. They do so much damage, and there's the lineup. Body picking up 2 big kills. Kirby, he gets a kill, and another shot coming in as Apex drops. It's all on Kenny. AWP in hand. Bomb down on the site, but now he's actually locked in between dupreeh and Kirby, and the spray is in. dupreeh will pick it up, and Astralis somehow bring the whole round home.
Yeah, there's those Deagles just picking him off slowly, and Body does everything he can. A double kill in the middle of the round to really open things up. I mean, Kirby's just too effective. That's a beautiful shot, a great headshot there. The second, the follow-up as well. He eventually does trade out Body, and then a low HP is cleaned up as well. So nicely done, and that's just the ability of those weapons to clean things up at a long range.
They were stacked in the bomb site. They managed to get the rotation in early enough. That's a bit of an upset for G2, obviously.
Yes, and part of that also is when you have those Deagles, if you just get like the first 2 kills, because then you force that third player on the other team to make some kind of a play. He's got to overextend. He's got to find a way to overcompensate for his lost teammates, and that's where those Deagles really come into work, because they're great at picking off that one player who just doesn't have the backup out of necessity.
Actually invested into this round. I'm slightly surprised. Kenny with the CZ75, Apex there with the Galil. There's plenty of grenades, but G2 kind of know that if they let Astralis get a free win here, then that's going to build the economy right back up for them, and maybe that's just the end of the half. So they want to see if they can do better than 4 rounds here, and maybe bring a bit of a surprise here to the Astralis team, who are right on the other side of the wall.
Well, Dennis, not as aggressive as we've seen him play in the past. He's been forced into bathrooms, and he's kind of stuck here. Opening kill from Xyp9x. There's the smoke fading, and there's the fight. Dennis waiting patiently. Xyp9x cannot control the angle. Dennis is still now just retreating. So they're going to get away safely with a 2-man advantage, and KRB is going to sneak into a very, very tough spot. You can see Astralis, they've got a couple players still aggressive to a certain degree on both of the avenues into the A bomb site.
Kirby right on the other side there. How do they break through this one? Trying to jump and see if they could find a fight. That's the kind of fight they actually do need. If someone could have got that kill, if NBK could have picked it off, maybe there would have been an opening.
Oh, there's a great pop flash and a push from KRB. It's not effective. It's a good idea. That peek from dupreeh in the A bomb site is what allows Dennis. They were trying to bait him into Dennis, and now he's going to get aggressive. He's making a play. It's his timing. And this is perfect. He's going to hear one coming up the stairs. That should be an easy kill, should be a free one, but he misses shots. Now he's in trouble. He's going to fall away.
Very confusing turn of events here. I agree, it should have been a kill. They've left a bit of a chance here. Missed shot for dupreeh. Deagle is out. Shoxy takes him down. And finally, Dennis with a bit of work here. Kenny will drop him right in return. 7 seconds left, and the bomb has to be planted right now. Sip coming through, gets the double kill. And cancels out the bomb. Triple overall in the round. Astralis to pick it up, and that's a bit of a shocker.
Listen, Anders, when all else fails, you know Xyp9x is going to deliver. You know, that's the guy who's not going to screw anything up. He'll always find those kills right at the correct moment. Crazy miss from Dennis that we don't normally see. dupreeh as well missed a bit of an easier shot for an AWPer. And then Xyp9x, though, I mean, this is just great timing. Understanding the timing on the clock that's left in the round. Pouncing as soon as he hears the bomb being planted. Cleaning things off nicely. So it's back down to pistols. The Deagle as well on NBK. And Astralis, they're going to understand the danger, seeing as how they just won one of these rounds just a couple ago.
Falling all the way back. Did not want to challenge. Instead, it's going to be down on the B-bomb side. So, oh, that's
a great adjustment, isn't it?
Yeah, and this is something that we've seen out of Astralis a bit more in the past, just how they're able to be a bit more proactive on the CT side. That in the past, I would say they played a bit more defensively. Now, looks like they've changed up that part of the game, even with Dennis on the lineup here. They still try and hold on to it, keeping G2 guessing. And Dennis getting a kill there, shutting down NBK though. Can he? Could he get one more headshot here? That would be great.
Yeah, anything is valuable. Any of these kills, and actually enough of a distraction to allow Apex to get in towards this B bomb site. He could get the bomb planted. He needs to just find a way in, and he's done it. Bomb going down. I don't think they can stop him. They can almost get there in time, but no. That's a huge win for G2, and everything else from here on out is just icing on the cake.
Yeah. So you see a little smile on Apex's face there. He's quite excited about that one. The defuse is in, trying to stop it, but there's just so many players on the other side, and the spam coming through, not connecting either. Kenny going to be allowed to live through the round with the Deagle, but that does give them a lot of money to work with. So 8-4 though for Astralis is still a pretty good start.
Yes, this is good. If they keep building this up, even despite giving up that plant, they're going to have a lot to fight with in this. Although G2 brings a lot to bear. Kenny with the AWP. He's only got 5 kills. Same with Shocked. It's NBK and Body leading the way for G2 side of things. Kenny looking for any trickery.
Yeah, he's expecting it. They've seen Dupree active on this side of the map, so they have a good reason to be just a bit paranoid. But in fact, this time, it's the double setup over at long, which is not always easy to fight because you get so focused on the guy playing behind the tree here. Pushed out wild, and that's a headshot from Dennis. Ridiculous kill with the M4, and he's going to pick up Apex as well. Dennis is just a wild player in this team right now.
He's loving it. I mean, they probably tell him when he comes in as a stand, they're just like, listen, do whatever you want, essentially. So he's not trying to fit into a system. He's just gaming. He's just fragging, and it's great. Caribou cannot win that fight initially. He pushes up back to the tree. Dennis is here. He gets another one. This is great from Dennis. Eventually, finally taken down, but he's taken 3 with him, and he's taken so much time off the clock. There goes Caribou. So finally, G2, they've busted up the stack towards long, but they've given up control everywhere else to do it. It was almost too costly that you feel they cannot come back into this round, surely.
You have to think at this point in time, very difficult to do that. Smoke there, Molotov on MBK, maybe the tools you need, but the fact is Dupree has snuck in all the way around. So if you start rotating back towards the B bomb side now, he's going to know, and if not, the people on the A bomb side are going to be well prepared. This is a bit of a tough deal for G2. Oh, but did they find the only opening possible? They might have.
I think Astralis knows, though. Yeah, Glaive is going to be here. He's going to tap away, trying to find the kill. It's not going to happen. He can get in front of that smoke if he wants, but he's going to wait. They've got a flank coming in. I know Dupree's not being quiet, so they should know this is coming. There is a player that can hear this. There's the peek, and it's the AWP. Body has no chance to react, and NBK right in the middle of 3 Astralis players, and he goes down as well. So yes, they found the one avenue out, and they do get a plant, but they can't win. They can't find anything afterwards.
Very hard to account for if you're G2, the fact that Dennis is going to be getting that triple over at long. That seems so unlikely. They had the setup. They had Kenny creeping in first with the AWP. Should have probably been a one fight there.
I mean, it's tough to argue when Dennis is playing like this, though, the way we've seen him play in these past 2 maps. He's been absolutely incredible for Astralis. So just an instantaneous shot that maybe Kenny just didn't even realize it. Maybe even cleared the corner, and it was just a timing peak from Dennis. So tough for him. Now, it is important to note as well, we just watched Astralis play overpass against North. Their T-side was nothing to be proud of. They only won 1 gun round and getting 5. So if you're Astralis up 9-4, yeah, you're feeling good, but you need everything. You need to get to 11.
No, you're absolutely right. That's a good point because, I don't know, they just weren't firing at all. Dennis and Glaive were completely invisible in that first half on the T-side, so that can't happen again. Let's see if they're going to be more warmed up as Sip does pick up 2 strong headshots. At least one of them, I think, must have been through the smoke, and now they can just relax once again.
Yeah, I mean, this is such a huge advantage. Where do you go from here if you're G2? Because you're just bleeding player. There's no trades. Not even damage is really being exchanged. Wild spray at range. Eventually, Caribou cleans out Kenny. Body's up next, but again, the odds are just insurmountable. It feels a 1-on-3. can't control that, and there it is. With Zipnik's kill, Astralis is on fire.
10 for the 15th round here, coming up last of the first half, and it is looking very good for the Danish team that are so far top of the board, I think, and the round difference for them, because they won some of their early games with a pretty big lead, which is obviously one of the tiebreakers, making a big difference.
I mean, I feel like a win here for Astralis would almost secure them a spot in the finals. It almost feels that way. They've got a great point lead. Another opening kill for Astralis comes from Dupree. Molotov holding back 2 players. Boosted up, Caribbean can't control it, but he does get out. And there's Dupree, spammed through, providing covering fire, misses the initial shot. And he's gonna go for more, he's sneaking out and he can't find it. Doesn't even get the tag, but an even trade into a 4-on-4.
That's a great kill for Kenny, very well done. He knows exactly what Dupree is gonna be doing, and he just reads the situation so well. Shox does go down to Glaive, so still a 4-on-3 here. G2 picking up one more round, could be big.
Gotta do action from Monster. It's Glaive to drop Apex, and Zipnik's gonna chime in as well. It just feels so hopeless. Some of these Astralis players doing a great job managing the angles and controlling the action. And it's looking like it's gonna be an 11th for Astralis. We said it was important. They had a rough T-side earlier. Kenny in a 1-on-4 can't get away from Dennis. And Astralis has been phenomenal on pistol rounds, obviously winning the first one here in this game. And if they do it in the second, it could just be all over very quickly.
Well, you said it. They need 11 rounds, and they delivered Moses. So, question is, because Astralis have been doing great for pistol rounds in this tournament. Like, really, really.
I think they've only lost 1.
Yeah, so, and that's, I mean, if you compare that to their average, which is losing almost all of the pistol rounds, that's saying something.
I mean, it certainly goes to show. We've been talking about Dennis as probably the best pistol player in all of Counter-Strike on pistol rounds for some time. So, I mean, it just goes to show you the impact that this one man is able to have in turning the tides of these rounds. Fast-paced as well. Dennis is going to lead the way. 3 players going upstairs. G2 has this intel, and Shox is aggressive. Well, we've seen this before. Deja vu, perhaps, biding his time. That's not a clean shot to take. He's gathering info. Now he's got to fight. 1 tap onto Glaive, and he's looking for more. He's on the hunt. He goes for another. That's incredible. He's not aware of Kirby, though. And he almost turns it around. He almost does it for G2 single-handedly.
Just look at the robotic precision from Shox. It's so incredible to watch that happen. Dupree goes down, body to take him, and Kirby and Dennis falling back to the other side. They've stolen the USP. They still have a smoke. There is a minuscule chance here in a 2 versus 4 for Astralis to pick up the round. Let's see if Dennis can live up to the hype. He's going to be Kirby instead, getting 1 headshot, planting inside of the smoke is Dennis. And a little bit of cover coming out here, and NBK with such a great kill, and that's all they needed. Now it's a lot of trouble. Dennis alone in the 1-on-3, gets a couple of kills, and now it's just Kenny left. And Dennis, oh my God, you've got to be kidding. He picks up 3 kills and saves Astralis. How is that possible?
That is so stunning. How has he done it? Beautiful Dennis with the Glock. All 1v1s, no trading coming out for G2. And they've got to, that's going to put smiles on their face. You can even hear the crowd erupting. We're not even on the main screen.
Yeah, they were loving that. Dennis, he was just shaking his head. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just one of the, it just works. Sometimes the Glock just feels magical in your hands. Either way, 12-4 now, and Astralis going to move things up pretty quickly, all things considered. That's Dupree and Dennis pairing up. Oh, great pop flash. They're both blind. The aggression from G2 works out initially, but it all turns in Astralis' favor after this. Dupree's still going to find more. Flashbang out, but NBK's close up. Here's Kirby. That's a good find. They know exactly where the last player is as well. And Kirby's going to clean him up.
That was a stressful round for Astralis. If Dupree didn't manage to hold on to that corner and got the kills there, who knows what would have happened. 13-4 though, and obviously the French team are in a lot of trouble right now. The fact that they didn't win that pistol round, I mean, mentally, that's such a kick when you're already down, having a bit of a tough time.
Oh, I know. That pretty much ends things. It's so difficult to recover from that as well, right? Because that also, remember, this puts you in a situation where you don't get to control the economy after that. You want the AWP in Kenny's hands, you want the utility, you want the weaponry. It's really, really tough to deal with on a lot of different levels, especially because you just don't have a lot of rounds to play with anymore. This is going to be a B hit. Molotov over towards Toxic Barrels, and Apex burns alive. The rest come out for Monster. No one to watch that, and all the kills going the way of Astralis. That's a clean round. They're up towards 14.
Definitely a moment of torture there, where they were just waiting for that one G2 player, Apex, I believe, to burn alive in the corner. They had him covered from every angle, so he couldn't run out, and they were just waiting, counting the seconds. Anyway, eventually he's gonna die.
Surely we'll see it pop up with the kill feed soon. And I mean, you can see as soon as that kill comes out, it's all over, isn't it? That's when the floodgates open. That's when everyone can go from monster with impunity and not have to worry about anything. But this time, at least in this round, Astralis has got to worry about the M4s. Bit of a bonus round situation with a MAC-10 and a UMP still alive. Dupree going to be the first one up. It's a stack, and there's one. Even continuing and trying to transfer down, but not quick enough.
Still 2 men on the bomb side, but that's such a brilliant flashbang, taking down MBK and Kirby to follow it up. AK-47 to body Kenny and Apex. Well, just Kenny now. Sip able to pick him up, so he's inside of the smoke. That maybe he's safe here, Moses. Maybe
he probably feels oddly useless at the moment, doesn't he?
He does have Molotov, maybe. Oh, they're gonna check it. I was gonna say maybe we could see some sort of ninja diffuse, but Sip not gonna leave anything to chance here. 15 rounds. That is match point for Astralis.
Listen, the cyborg checks every corner.
Yeah, that's what we call him, right? The human-robot hybrid, just able to do everything, it seems.
Yeah, Zipnix is so much fun to watch, isn't he? Well, 15-4, it seems like all hope is kind of lost for G2. They've bought everything they can, shotgun on Apex, but that last round was relentless from Astralis. They won everything. Oh, there it is, the side swipe with the auto shotty. Good start, but can't build on it, just wanted the better weapon. And it seems like Astralis just wants to hit this B bomb site one more time and just finish this match.
Good detail, Dupree trying to sort of stop the arc of his jump by sort of jumping into the ceiling of the tunnel so that he doesn't stay airborne for too long. Little trick, which is worth knowing. Didn't help him get the kill. That's a great grenade right on Glaive. It's going to help them a tiny bit here. They need it desperately, G2, trying to fight to get it to a tied scoreline. Sip picking up one, Glaive again, MBK knocking out Dennis, but it seems like it's just too late right now. Kenny alone once again trying to rotate in from the other bomb site, 1 versus 3. And Astralis 1 round away from having a huge win here. It's going to be 16-4 as Glaive takes down Kenny, and Astralis defeat G2, and that almost certainly puts them in the final. I see no way out of it now.
Yeah, you definitely have to feel that way. A great game from Astralis, just a dominant victory over G2. We're going to send you guys over to FaZe and SK, which is